Hello students, welcome to standard 9 subject mathematics chapter 10 circles. This is lecture number 8 now. In this lecture we will see more theorem 10.8. Last time we have seen in last lecture. The next theorem is theorem 10.9 it is, and it is angles in the same segment of a circle are equal. So first we will understand what is angles in same segment. So if you can see here, the PQ is an arc is given, minor arc is given. By the same arc on the remaining part of the circle, these two angles are made, angle BAB and angle BBQ. So these two angles are called angles in the same segment, which is made or subtended by the same arc on the remaining part of the circle. This type of many circles, infinitely many angles you can draw from subtending by this arc PQ on the remaining part of the circle. So they all are called angles of same segment. And what is this theorem? That angles in the same segment are equal. Let's understand how it happens. In figure, angle PAQ and angle PBQ are angles in the same segment. And angle POQ, this is extra we have drawn, POQ, O is the center of the circle. So angle POQ is at the center. So by theorem 10.8 in last lecture, this theorem we have seen. Angle at the center by the arc is double than the angle at the remaining part of the circle. So angle POQ at the center is twice of angle PAQ on the remaining part of the circle. Similarly, angle POQ again, the angle at the center is twice of remaining part of the circle, angle PBQ. So these two results we can write by last lecture's theorem 10.8. Now both the answers on the left side angle POQ equals. So on right side we can compare, we can equate. So 2 times angle PAQ equals to 2 times angle PBQ. Both the sides to cancel. So what we have, angle PAQ equals to angle PBQ. Angle PAQ equals to angle PBQ. And these two angles are angles of same segment, that is equal, we have seen using theorem 10.8. So here both the sides to cancel and we have the result. We understood the theorem. Theorem 10.10 is, if a line segment joining 2 points, so in the figure, this is AB is the line segment joining point A and B. 2 distinct points A and B are there. Joining them, line segment AB will be subtends equal angle at the 2 other points lying on the same side of this line containing the line segment. This line segment AB subtend equal angle at 2 distinct points. So 2 distinct points like point C and D, where this AB makes or subtend equal angle, ACB angle and ADB, both the angles are equal. And both the points, these new 2 points will be on the same side of the line containing this chord. Means we have to take this C and D points above the AB or below the AB only, both the points. So we have taken both the C and D points on the same side, that is upper side of the AB, on the same side of line containing AB, that is upper side of the CD, at the same, at the same side of the line containing the line segment, we have taken C. And the condition is, these 2 points, on these 2 points, the angle is subtended by this line segment is equal. Means angle ACB equals angle ADB is, with this condition it is C and D points. If this happens, what happens then? Then the 4 points we have totally now, A, B, C, E, all the 4 points lie on a circle. All these A, B, C, D points lie on a circle, or you can say in other words, the 4 points are coinciding. Coinciding means all the 4 points will be on the circle. What is the condition once again you see? If the line segment joining the 2 points subtend equal angle at the 2 other points like C and D, and these 2 other points will be lying on the same side of this line segment, given line segment containing line. Means we have to take both the points on the same side of AP. That is C and D, same side of this upper side of AP we have taken. And recall once again, such a way that both the new 2 points, the angle subtended by the given line segment is equal. That is angle ACB equals to angle ADB. Then all the 4 points that we have now on the plane, from all the 4 points a circle will pass. Means all the 4 points are concyclic. That is the theorem. Now next, after this understanding, we have a new concept, that is cyclic quadrilaters. Cyclic quadrilaters, which type of quadrilaters is called cyclic? The definition here we have, a quadrilateral is called cyclic if all the 4 vertices, the quadrilateral have 4 vertices, and if all the 4 vertices of it lie on a circle, then that quadrilateral is called cyclic. So figure is here. Here one quadrilateral A, B, C, D is given, where all the 4 vertices of this quadrilateral A, B, C and D lie on a circle. So this type of quadrilateral whose all the 4 vertices are on the circle, on the same circle, it is called cyclic. So in figure, this ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. Right? Now in this cyclic quadrilateral related theorem we have, theorem 10.11, it is the sum of either pair of opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral is 180 degree. So in figure, opposite angles of this cyclic quadrilateral are angle A and angle C are opposite angles. In quadrilateral, opposite angles the concept. So angle A and angle C are opposite, angle B and angle D are opposite. So either pair, any one pair if you take of opposite angles, the sum will be 180 degree. So one pair is taken first, angle A plus angle C equals to 180 degree, and the other pair angle B plus angle D also 180 degree. In other words, you can say this theorem 10.11 as the opposite angles of cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary, because opposite angles sum in cyclic quadrilateral is 180 degree. So they are supplementary. That way, in that words also we can say this theorem. Next, theorem 10.12, it is converse of theorem 10.11 actually. If the sum of a pair of opposite angles of a quadrilateral is 180 degree, if a quadrilateral given to you and you don't know that it is cyclic or not, because circle is not given above that, and you know about that quadrilateral that it's a sum of opposite angles. If the sum of a pair of opposite angles of a quadrilateral is 180 degree, the quadrilateral is cyclic, then the quadrilateral will be cyclic. This is theorem 10.12. This is converse of this. If cyclic quadrilateral, opposite angle sum is 180 degree, and in this theorem, if opposite angle sum is 180 degree, it is cyclic, right? So it is converse of theorem 10.11. Now, after understanding these theorems and cyclic quadrilateral, we will see example 3. Next is, in figure, it is the figure given. AB is a diameter, in which this AB is the diameter of the circle. CD is a chord equal to the radius of the circle. This CD is a chord equal to radii. So you have denoted radii joining O to C and O to D. So radii OC equals to radii OD equals to this chord CD. This way it is the question. CD length is equals to the radii length. Then AC and BD when extended, you can see AC here and BD here. If we extend both of them, AC is extended to this, BD is extended to this, extended, it intersect at point E. Both are intersecting at point E. So prove that angle AB is 60 degree. Angle AEB, this angle here is made, is 60 degree that we want to do. So in solution, very simple it is. Let's draw radii first, OC, OD, which is equals to CD, it is given actually. And one more thing, BC also you join, BC. This extra 3 line segment we have to join. OC and OD are radii showing that two line segment we have to join, and it is equals to the chord CD given in the question. CD is a chord of equal length of radius, that way. And one more thing, BC also we have to join. So all the extra joining or construction we have shown by broken line. Now you see the triangle COD. In that OC equals to OD equals to CD, it is given like that way. So if all the three sides of the triangle are equal, it is called equilateral triangle. So in triangle COD is equilateral. And you know, in equilateral triangle, all the three angles are of 60 degree. So one of the angles COD, this is 60 degree angle. Now, by theorem 10.8, you know, CD is a chord making, CD is a minor arc also, making at the center COD angle, minor arc CD, subtend the angle at the center as COD, and minor arc CD only subtend the angle CBD at the remaining part of the circle, this angle. And theorem 10.8 we have seen that the angle made by the arc on the center is double than the angle subtended by the same arc at the remaining part of the circle. Means this CBD angle and COD angle is at center, CBD at the remaining part. So what is the relation between the center angle and remaining part angle? Center angle is double. Center angle is double than the remaining part angle. So it's reverse, and remaining part angle will be half of center angle. Means remaining part angle, that is CBD, that is here. Angle CBD equals to half of angle COD at the center angle by theorem 10.8. Place the value half. Angle COD is 60 degree, we know. Half of 60 is 30 degree. What we have used here? Theorem 10.8. And one more thing, angle ACB, now you see, because of BC is joined, angle ACB, this angle is of 90 degree. The reason is angle inscribed in a semicircle. Because AB is a diameter, it is given. Angle ACB, angle inscribed in a semicircle it is, and it will be of 90 degree. This is also one of the rule, you know. In semicircle, by the diameter, whatever the angle made on the semicircle is of 90 degree. So that is, here we have angle ACB is 90 degree. And because angle ACB is 90 degree this part, so on this side angle BCE will be 180 minus angle ACB. Why? Because angle ACB and angle BCE are of linear pair. So sum of these two angles will be 180. So any one angle if you need, subtract 180 from that other angle. So angle BCE, if I need, I have to subtract from 180 this remaining angle ACB. And 180 minus ACB angle is 90 degree. So 180 minus 90 is 90 degree. Which concept here we have used? Here we have used linear pair. Because angle ACB and angle BCE are of linear pair, in which angle ACB is 90 degree. So angle BCE will also be 90 degree by the linear pair. Now therefore, whatever he asks is angle AEB we want. This angle we want. This angle AEB equals to, can be written as the same angle as angle CEB. Okay. And angle CEB in this triangle BCE, if I want this angle CEB, as this angle sum property of a triangle, all the three angle sum is 180 degree. So to get any one angle of the triangle, we have to subtract from 180 the other two angles. So angle AEB, that is angle CEB, means this angle I want equals to 180 minus this angle BCE, that is of 90 degree we have seen, that I have subtracted, and minus this angle also, angle CBD or CBD, this angle. This angle we have 30 degree, that is also subtracted. Means in this triangle, From 180 we have subtracted this angle, 90 degree angle, that is BCE. Here we have seen 90 degree angle it is, so we have subtracted that. And this angle we also have subtracted, that is 30 degree we have seen here. These two angles are subtracted from 180 degree, will give this angle in this triangle. So this triangle's angle is 180 minus 90 minus 30. It will give 60 degree. That is we want to prove. So we have proved example 3 also. In this lecture we have seen very important theorem. There are 10.9, 10.10. In cyclic quadrilateral definition with related some theorem 10.11 and 10.12. And example 3. You need to write it very carefully and understand it and prepare it. Thank you.